Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of class 8th, I hope all of you are fine and doing well. Today we are going to start chapter number 2. It is Access 2013 Design View, Queries, Forms and Reports. The chapter is being started from page number 24 in your book. In this video, we are going to cover the topics given from page number 24 to page number 27. In the last chapter, we have gone through the data sheet view, how to create a table in data sheet view. But today, in this video, we will see how to create a table in design view. This is basically our topic, and there are different terminologies used in design view that we are going to cover. Field definition grid, field properties pan, what is meant by field selector, what do you understand by data type, and what is the purpose of primary key. So these all things are there that we are going to cover. I am going to open Microsoft Access. I will take a blank database file. I will give it a name, let's suppose chapter 2, and I will save it by pressing the create button. Now, this is basically the data sheet view. If we type different field names over here, we can create a table. But today's topic is basically about the design view. So in order to apply design view, what we need to do, we will go here in this option. This is data sheet view. Right now we are in data sheet view that we have already gone through in chapter number 1. Now this is called the design view. This is basically the design view that we are going to apply. I will click on it. It will ask me to write the name of the table with which you want to save the table. So as given in your book, the table name is EMP information. So I'm writing the same name, employee information. And when I will click OK, table will be saved, but it will be opened in the design view. Basically, this is called design view. This is design view. Now we have to understand these terminologies that we have mentioned over here. What is meant by the field definition grid? Basically, in Microsoft Access, these are the lines where we are going to define the fields. So this is called field definition grid. This is field definition grid where we are going to write the names of the fields. And we had discussed about what is meant by field. Field are the properties of those entities about which we are going to collect the data. Like over here, we are going to collect the data about employee. So employee is the entity and employee name, employee cell number, employee email, employee address, all these things will be the properties which are also called field name. So this is basically the field definition grid. Then this is called field selector. What is meant by field selector? When we select a field, this is called basically a field selector. One arrow symbol comes over here. This is basically a field selector. How we can select a particular field while typing or editing a particular field name. Then when we select a field, you can see its properties over here. This is called field properties. And this complete box is called this is called field property pan. This is called field properties pan, where we are able to see different types of properties. We will discuss the properties in another video separately. What are different properties available over here? But right now we have understood about these things. Number one is field definition grid, the complete grid where we are typing. Field properties pan, field selector when we select a particular field. Now we have to type over here some different field names in order to create a database table for an employee. So I'm going to type employee employee name. When I type employee name, I have to select the data type. What does it mean? The data type means what type of data will be. It will be in number, it will be in date and time, it will be an amount in the form of currency. For example, if we are storing salary, or if it is auto number, just like we have already given the auto number in ID. Auto number means the data will be typed automatically from one, and you don't need to type the data in the field. Then these are basically different fields names that we can give over here. I am going to select short text over here. Now, the next property is job title. Again, job title will be, of course, short text. Date of joining. Date of joining is, yeah, of course, date and time. It won't be short text. It will be date and time because it has another format. And then we have got EMP SALARY, employee salary. Employee salary is, of course, in numbers, although we can give currency over here. But right now, I'm going to select the number because the salary will be stored in the form of hundreds or thousands or of rupees. So we are going to select this field name, which is basically the data type is number. So what we have done over here, we have taken one, two, three, four, five. We have taken five fields over here in this table, and it is not simple ID. I am writing it as employee ID. So it will be basically the employee ID that we have mentioned over here. In this way, we can create a table in design view. We have typed the field names and we have selected their properties. And now what we have to do? We have to apply one primary key because this is another topic which is mentioned in this video that we are going to cover the primary key as well. Primary key is basically the field which identifies the records uniquely, means it could not have any duplication in it. It is used to identify the records. So whenever we create a database in a relational database, there must be a field available in each table which is unique in nature. So over here by default you can see one key is available with the employee ID, but you can change the primary key. How you can change the primary key? For example, if I right click over there on the employee name and I select over here primary key. Now employee ID is not now the primary key, but employee name has become the primary key. This is how we can change the primary key in our table. Let's suppose if I want to give employee salary, but definitely it won't be the primary key, but I'm just giving you an example. If I right click on it and I select the primary key, then employee salary will become primary key. If I right click on the name and I select the primary key, then it will become the primary key and the primary key has been removed from the employee salary. So in this way, we can change the primary key option in our table. So I'm going to give over here employee ID as primary key. Now you have seen how to change the primary key in a table. Primary key is basically a unique identifier. Unique identifier which uniquely identifies the different records in a table. Now if you see over here, you will see that this is field name, this is field data type, this is field description. What is meant by field description? This field description is basically optional. For reminder, if you want to note down, for example, if I am noting down over here, okay, this is primary key to identify the records. So in this situation, I have noted this is basically a note that I have made over here. For example, EMP name over here I am writing okay, this is for employee full name. In this way, we can complete a table. When I click on this cross button, it will ask me, do you want to save the changes? I will say yes, and the changes will be saved. We can go over there in the modified date. And when we'll double click the employee, we can enter the data over here. Thank you so much. I hope you are able to understand all these options quite conveniently.